Everyone thinks an island escape means a passport, a long flight, an ocean to cross. But some of the most extraordinary islands on Earth sit right off the coast of the United States, reachable with a tank of gas and a short ferry. No passport, no plane, just America. So today, 10 islands you can drive to or reach in about an hour. Watch for number 7, orcas passing a lighthouse, and number 1, an island frozen 100 years in the past. Let's begin. Number 10, Jekyll Island, Georgia. You can drive straight onto an island whose most famous beach looks like another planet. Jekyll is one of Georgia's golden isles, reached by a causeway across the marsh. Its north tip, Driftwood Beach, is a whole shoreline of enormous salt-whitened trees lying on the sand like the bones of some ancient thing. Picture this. Sunrise, the tide at your ankles, and you stand in a forest of pale, bare tree skeletons glowing pink in the early light. And you drove here. Next, an island where you leave your car behind for good. Number 9, Bald Head Island, North Carolina. The rule here is simple: no cars. Where the Cape Fear River meets the Atlantic, you park in Southport, take a 20-minute ferry, and leave your car on the mainland because private cars are banned here. Everyone moves by golf cart, bike, or foot, and that one rule changes everything. Above it rises Old Baldy, the oldest lighthouse in North Carolina. Picture this. You step off the ferry, reach for your keys, and remember there is no car, just a golf cart humming past and a sandy lane vanishing into live oaks. Next, the edge of the largest freshwater lake on Earth, where the waves carve the shore into cathedrals. Number 8, the Apostle Islands, Wisconsin. Off Wisconsin's northern tip, scattered across the cold blue of Lake Superior, sit 22 islands with a remarkable shoreline. For thousands of years, the waves of the largest freshwater lake on the planet have carved the red sandstone into sea caves. And on a calm day, you can paddle a kayak straight inside, where the light turns amber. In the coldest winters, the lake freezes solid, and those same caves hang with columns of ice. No passport, no plane, just America. Picture this. You slip from the bright lake into a slot in the cliff, and suddenly you float in a red stone room, the water dead calm, amber light rippling on the walls. Next, across the country to a lighthouse where the whales come to you. Quick pause before number 7. If you are enjoying these, take a second to subscribe. It is free, and it helps the channel more than you know. Okay, back to the islands. Number 7, the San Juan Islands, Washington. In the cold green Salish Sea sits an archipelago of more than 170 islands, and you can load your car onto the ferry at Anacortes and reach Friday Harbor in about 75 minutes. But people come for what swims past them, the western shore. At Limekiln Point, the Whale Museum calls it one of the best places on Earth to see orcas from dry land. You stand by a little white lighthouse and wait, and when the whales run the coast, black fins break the surface close enough to hear the blowhole. And if orcas from shore sounds unbeatable, wait for number 1, where the 20th century never arrived. Picture this. You sit on a warm rock by the lighthouse and a tall black fin cuts the water 50 yards out. Then another, a whole family gliding past while you sit still. Next, an island you drive right onto where the horses are wild. Number 6, Assateague Island, Maryland and Virginia. Most people think wild horses are something you fly to Mongolia to see. On Assateague, you drive onto the beach. This 37-mile barrier island is home to roughly 300 wild ponies that roam free across the dunes and wander right onto the sand. Legend says they swam ashore from a Spanish shipwreck, and DNA testing has actually linked them to colonial Spanish stock. They are genuinely wild, so keep your distance. No passport, no plane, just America. Picture this. You pull over on the beach road and a band of shaggy ponies ambles across the dunes right in front of you, unhurried and completely free. Next, an island you reach only by boat, where horses graze the ruins of a mansion. Number 5, Cumberland Island, Georgia. If Assateague is the wild horse island you can drive to, this is the one worth a boat. Cumberland is Georgia's largest barrier island with no bridge at all. You reach it by ferry from St. Mary's, and only about 300 people are allowed each day, so you get miles of empty beach nearly to yourself. Wild horses roam here too, grazing the Dungeness ruins, the roofless brick shell of a Carnegie mansion lost to fire in 1959, as if they own the place. This is where John F. Kennedy Jr. slipped away for his secret wedding. Picture this. You walk up from the dock, and in the shell of a burned Gilded Age mansion, wild horses graze between the brick walls while Spanish moss sways overhead. Next, an island an hour from Los Angeles that feels like the Mediterranean. Number 4. Catalina Island, California. Just 22 miles off Los Angeles sits an island that feels airlifted from the Mediterranean. A 1-hour ferry drops you in Avalon, pastel buildings around a harbor full of sailboats crowned by the casino, a round Art Deco landmark from 1929 with the largest circular ballroom in the world. And the strangest part? Roaming the interior hills is a herd of around 150 wild bison, left behind by a movie crew in the 1920s who never took them home. No passport, no plane, just America. Picture this. 1 hour from the mainland, you lean on a rail above a Mediterranean blue harbor, and up on the ridge a herd of wild buffalo grazes against the Pacific. Next, an island you drive onto to catch the first sunrise in America. Number 3. Mount Desert Island, Maine. This is the largest island on the Maine coast, reached across a short bridge by car. It holds most of Acadia National Park, and at its heart rises Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the North Atlantic seaboard. From the 7th of October to the 6th of March, its summit is the first place in the entire United States to see the sunrise, and you can drive right to the top. Picture this. You stand on bare pink granite in the freezing dark with a few hundred quiet strangers, the whole coast of Maine black beneath you, and a blade of gold cracks the horizon, and you are the first person in America to see the day begin. Next, one of the most surprising islands in the country. Number 2. South Bass Island, Ohio, better known as Put-in-Bay. The San Juans gave us orcas and Catalina gave us bison, but for pure surprise, it is hard to beat what floats in Lake Erie. A short ferry drops you into what feels nothing like the Midwest, an island resort town of shops and cafes where everyone gets around by golf cart. And rising straight out of it is Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, one of the tallest monuments in the country, built to mark a naval battle fought right offshore in 1813. Picture this. You roll off the ferry in a golf cart into a buzzing island town, and there, towering over the harbor, stands a stone column taller than almost any monument in America. And now number 1, where time simply stopped. Number 1. Mackinac Island, Michigan. Out in the straits where Lake Huron meets Lake Michigan sits an island where the modern world decided, over a century ago, to stay away. In 1898, worried the new horseless carriages were frightening the horses, the island banned automobiles, and that ban has held ever since. There are no cars on Mackinac for anyone. The road circling it is the only state highway in the United States where motor vehicles are illegal. You reach it by a 15-minute ferry, and the moment you step off, the 21st century falls away. No engine noise, only hooves on pavement, bicycle bells and harnesses, because everything moves by horse or bike. Around 500 people share the island with more than 500 horses, and even the ambulance is pulled by horse. Above the town stands the Grand Hotel, with a porch 660 feet long. No passport, no plane, just America. Picture this. The ferry eases to the dock, you step off expecting engines, and instead there is only the clip-clop of a horse-drawn carriage down a Victorian street, fresh fudge on the breeze, and an island that decided, 100 years ago, to stop the clock. That is number 1. We started with a lie we all tell ourselves, that an island escape means a passport, a long flight, an ocean between you and home. And one island at a time, it came apart. The wild horses were in Georgia. The Mediterranean harbor was an hour off Los Angeles. The orcas were off a lighthouse in Washington, and the first sunrise in the country breaks over a mountaintop in Maine you can drive up. No passport, no plane, just America, ringed by islands that feel like the far side of the world and are really a road trip away. So, if this gave you even one island you have to see, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the next one. The next one is right there on the card. Go find your island.